Shalom. Allah start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this truth across the four corners of the earth, all faith, truth, and sincerity. This I'm gonna want to buy back again, not sitting. That's what I'm going to about how the people here in America Babylon great, so-called and you so-called Negro, Latino natives, which are the Israelites. How y'all put y'all trust in this place, America, which is Babylon the Great. This place is it's gonna collapse. And you see, if you're not paying attention, you're not, if you're not, spiritually aware, I have the spirit of loyal shy on you to know the times that you're in, knowing the times that you see in this place, America, Babylon Great is going down. And a lot of so-called Negro, Latino natives that put their trust in this system, put their trust in the so-called white man, East Sodomite system, it's finna, a lot of them are, if they ain't paying attention to it now, seeing, but you got those that are, seeing that, this place is, it's going down, and people out here losing jobs and so forth, and the American dream or whatever, of doing this or whatever, you aspire to be or whatever it may be, right? That's done, and a lot of people in America, Babylon Great, so-called Negro Latino natives, which are Israelites, are disappointed in what they're seeing, Trump, his decisions, what he's doing is not good, especially for these so-called white people, Esau Edomites, average Joe Edomites, it's not benefiting them. The decisions that Trump is making, and those that put their trust in this system, it seems that the decision that Trump's making and so forth is leading America down the drain. It's going to leading to a collapse, of this system, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing for for the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Israelites that believe in Lord Yahushua. The apostles and the elders and brother Great Millstone for years been, preaching and prophesying the downfall of America, Babylon Great, and we seeing it now. So it's a good thing for the elect, those that believe in Lord Yahushua and His truth and word that the apostles and the elders and brother and Great Millstone push. You seeing it, come to pass. You seeing, hey, this place is, this place is done. This place ain't got too long. So, but a lot of people in America, and those that put their trust in the system are very, disappointed, and it's no future for America, Babylon the Great. So they don't have no future to look forward to in America, Babylon the Great. But I'm gonna start on Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, except the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that take cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may ascend the sin. So woe means destruction. So destruction. So it's destruction to the rebellious children. So who are the rebellious children? So-called Negro, Latino, Native Israelites. And 2/3, really, it's about the 2/3 of Israelites. Because the elect of Israel, excuse me, the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino Israelites that, they put their trust in Lord Yahushua, that believe in His truth, and not putting their trust in this world, in this system, the so-called white man, and not selling out. the elect, is gonna put their trust in Lord Yahushua. But 2/3 Israelites, destruction to 2/3 Israelites that, put their trust, in this place, America, Babylon the Great, that take a covering. I mean, or don't want to take the counsel of the Lord Yahushua by way of the apostles and the elders and brother Graham Millstone that teach this word, truth of the Bible. They want to 2/3 Israelites want to, they want to listen to Trump or whoever, right? And put their trust in the president or whatever. They want to, be in the covering of, of this world. And they just adding sin to sin. They don't want to come to the they don't want to come to the wisdom knowledge of Lord Yahushua. They want to go by their own understanding. They want to be under some other philosophy or whatever, right? But that's not gonna deliver them in these times going forward. It's gonna lead them to destruction. These pastors and these Baptist churches, Pope chopping pastors or whatever, that that teach these false doctrines. Israelite camp leaders that teaching false doctrine as well, leading their congregation in the wrong direction, not giving them the correct understanding of the word of the Lord. Because like I said, Lord Yahushua's spirit is not in these Baptist churches, and it's not with these other Israelite camp leaders that that's not following following the correct way of Lord Yahushua. If I be in order, they not they just Lord Yahushua not with them. Lord Yahushua is dealing with the apostles and the elders and the brother Great Millstone to give you understanding of the Bible. The correct doctrine. In spirit of the Lord Yahushua. So that's what's gonna lead. So excuse me. So 2/3 Israelites, that like I say, they in the ways of the world, they following false leaders or whatever. They're gonna be destroyed. But go to the next verse, Isaiah 30:2. That walk to go down to Egypt have not asked it at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So they, modern day Egypt is where modern day Egypt, which bondage, which go to where you go to going to Egypt means bondage. So modern day bondage is America, Babylon the Great. So like I say, 2/3 Israelites, they go down to these officials, whatever, these politicians and government officials or whatever, mayors, what you want to say, right? To look for answers, right? But they don't want to seek the Lord Yahushua. They don't want to come to. They don't want to listen to the apostles and the elders of brother Graham Millstone. To have the truth, to get understanding of what how things should be. What's the right way should I be living my life or going the right, what's the right path? Excuse me. What's the right path? And what's going to lead me to, being, right with the Lord, Yahushua, But 2/3 Israelites want to, they want to know, how can I prosper in America? How can I make a whole bunch of money? And how can I have status and fame and all vanity, folly, and, being folly and, this vanity, right? How can I, how can I be something in this world, be noticed and such and so forth, things that, it's don't really matter much, as far as, having all, this or that or, whatever. And the things of this world is just temporal, man. And they want, and then 2/3, I say, Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino natives, like I say, they want attention. They they want to be, the seen, and have this and that. Like I say, just have status of things of the world, and look at me, I got a big old this and that house and cars and all these cars and shit, all this stuff. Like, just want to be, have the things of this world, right? How can I prosper in America? So they go to these politicians and so forth. How can I make my community better? You keep going to the enemy, so-called white man, Esau them white doubles, for guidance. The one that got down, rape, rob, and beat your ancestors, and y'all forgot. Y'all keep going to Trump or whoever to vote, or these mayors, whoever, and put them in position to guide you, but they're just leading you nowhere. They leading you nowhere, man. They're not leading to no understanding of nothing, no knowledge of life. How, no real guidance, man. They lead to but destruction, man, and confusion. They just lie in your face. Say, yeah, we got you. We're gonna help you out. We're gonna help the community. We're gonna give you some aid or whatever, right? And they never do it. Same old situation, man. Same old situation. And keep going in circles. Just keep on going in circles. And keep wondering, who's gonna help us, and and they don't look to the Lord outside. Now they, you have Israelites, still calling on Jesus, still going to these Baptist churches, but that ain't the way either. They don't have the truth in there. I said, Lord outside, his spirit and in those whorehouses, in those churches, man. The Lord outside is dealing with the apostles. The Lord outside spirit is with the apostles and the elders and brother great millstone. So like I say, a lot of Israelites just, they're doing a lot of so-called Negro Latino Israelites, 2/3 of Israelites just, continue just going the wrong direction, But like I said, only the elect in these times is gonna return to the Lord, repent and believe until the end, till the Lord Yahshua returns, and keep the faith no matter what. But next verse, we're gonna see. Isaiah 30:3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's what's going on now. You so-called Negro Latinos and natives, which are Israelites. Hey, you putting your trust in this, the so-called white man, this modern day Egypt bondage, America, Babylon Great. Hey, this is it's your confusion, man. It's got you confused. Like, why is this going? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Everything's just falling apart. And like I said, the apostles and the elders of Brother Great Minister had his truth been prophesying downfall of this place, America, Babylon the Great, for years. Been warning you about the impending, downfall of this place, America, Babylon the Great, the destruction, and in the wrath and destruction that the Lord Yahshua gonna bring upon this place, America, Babylon the Great. But you didn't listen. You like I say, you brushed it off. Now you seen that. Now you seen the times that we in. Hey, we in those times right now. Iran situation with President Trump and Iran and nothing. He ain't nothing, man. But those is not real. those is not real. No folks over there. Over there in that land, that they not real, the real people. They're not the real people of the Lord. Over there, it is not real. But yeah, man, a lot of seeing people just out here like are upset with Trump, the Americans, and so-called Negro Latino natives that voted for Trump. Are not pleased with Trump's decisions. And the situation between, like I said, Iran, Trump, and is not real, it's going to escalate. It's still escalating more, They had a ceasefire. Trump had a ceasefire for 2 weeks, whatever. But them is not real. They said fuck that. They found missiles, and Iran fired back. So it's still going on, man. So this is not slowing down. Eventually, like World War III is this is gonna escalate to World War III, full-fledged World War III. Eventually, it's gonna have, like I said, Russia and China, North Korea gonna get involved, man. Once they get involved, once they put their hands on, once they put their, get into it, put their hands on it, get into it, and aid to get behind Iran, hey, it's going downhill and it's over now. It's gonna be a complete end to this place, America, Babylon Great. The economy is going to shit. The economic collapse of this place is gonna come about. And that's gonna lead to what the problem to the solution gonna be the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. You're gonna have people take that's still trying to function in the society to so they could buy and sell, whatever. That's coming. That's a head right there. That's a head right there, man. So, but like I say, those that take that RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, hey, you still gonna be destroyed, because when Loyal Shah returns, he gonna destroy those, he gonna destroy this place, America, Babylon Great, and those that take that RFID chip, which is the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. But go from there, because I didn't want to mention too long. Isaiah 30:12. Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay there wrong. Isaiah 30:13. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as the breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And so, hey, this place, America, Babylon Great, is going to come down, man. The collapse is imminent. And I said it's going to come down on you, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native, Israelites, 2/3 Israelites that put y'all, those that put y'all trust in this place. Y'all trusted Trump. You sell out Israelites, celebrities that put y'all faith in Donald Trump or whoever, or in or that's under these philosophies, these teachings, whatever, that gonna lead you to nothing but gonna lead you nothing but destruction. It's not gonna lead you to deliverance, and like I say, it's all about it's really, come down to if you're the elect number. Hopefully I'm part of the elect number. Excuse me, part of the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino, Natives, which are Israelites, part of their righteous number, the elect, the 144,000, the 144,000, the 1/3, of that number, hopefully, to have mercy and deliverance, from the Lord Yahushua in these times, man, and he returns, what I'm saying. So that's what it is, man, because times that we're heading to going forward is not finna get no better. You can see, hey, man, this ain't no punt of return. I don't think things gonna escalate more until like say World War III just be full on go. Full-fledged, blown. It's on and popping. And it ain't gonna stop, man. Like I say, it's some serious, serious times. Heading on as we heading on going forward, that we in now and going forward, but it's some exciting times too. It's exciting times for the men of the Lord that have this truth. The apostles and the other brother Brimstone been teaching this, like I said, teaching the downfall of this place, America, Babylon Great, and we here, and we seen it, So, and me myself first and foremost, hopefully, hopefully I keep my faith. And Lord Yahushua, keep my faith. My faith stays strong and solid in the Lord Yahushua no matter what comes about. I keep my faith until the end. And those that believe in Lord Yahushua, keep your faith until the end. Constantly pray to Lord Yahushua, me myself first and foremost. Praise the Lord Yahushua for mercy and more hope for mercy and deliverance from Him. Praying fast. And just hope to be a part of the man. To escape the rapid judgments of the Lord Yahushua in these times. So with that, they want to make it too long. So again, hope this was edifying. I like it with our praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, to the apostle elders, to the Sisakian brothers, to the few Akwaf sisters that do listen, keep the faith, and Yahushua keep fighting with that. Say shalom.